Brilliance Audio presents Heavy Weather by Bruce Sterling. Performed by Gary Tiedemann. Smart machines lurked about the suite, their power lights in the shuttered dimness like the small red eyes of bats. The machines crouched in niches in white walls of Mexican stucco. An ionizer, a television, a smoke alarm, a squad of motion sensors. A vaporizer hissed and bubbled gently in the corner, emitting a potent reek of oil, ginseng, and eucalyptus. Alex lay propped on silk-cased pillows, his feet and knees denting the starched cotton sheets. His flesh felt like wet clay, something greased and damp and utterly inert. Since morning, he had been huffing at the black neoprene mask of his bedside inhaler, and now his fingertips, gone pale as wax and lightly trembling, seemed to be melting into the mask. Alex thought briefly of hanging the mask from its stainless steel hook at the bedside medical rack. He rejected the idea. It was too much of a hassle to have the tasty mask out of reach. The pain in his lungs and throat had not really gone away. Such a miracle was perhaps too much to ask, even of a Mexican black market medical clinic. Nevertheless, after 2 weeks of treatment in the clinica, his pain had assumed a new subtlety. The scorched inflammation had dwindled to an interestingly novel feeling, something thin and rather theoretical. The suite was as chilly as a fishbowl, and Alex felt as cozy and as torpid as a carp. He lay collapsed in semi-darkness, eyes blinking grainily as a deeper texture of his illness languorously revealed itself. Beneath his starched sheets, Alex began to feel warm, then lightheaded, then slightly nauseous, a customary progression of symptoms. He felt the dark rush build within his chest. Then it poured through him. He felt his spine melting. He seemed to percolate into the mattress. These spells had been coming more often lately, and with more power behind them. On the other hand, their dark currents were taking Alex into some interesting places. Alex, not breathing, swam along pleasantly under the rim of unconsciousness for a long moment. Then, without his will, breath came again. His mind broke delirium's surface. When his eyes reopened, the suite around him seemed intensely surreal. Crawling walls of white stucco, swirling white stucco ceiling, thick wormy carpet of chemical aqua blue. Bulbous pottery lamps squatted unlit on elaborate wicker tables. The chest of drawers and the bureau, the wooden bed frame, were all marked with the same creepy conspiracy of aqua blue octagons. Iron-hinged wooden shutters guarded the putty-sealed windows. A dying tropical houseplant, the gaunt, rubber-leafed monster that had become his most faithful companion here, stood in its terracotta pot, gently poisoned by the constant darkness and the medicated, vaporous damp. A sharp buzz sounded alongside his bed. Alex twisted his matted head on the pillow. The machine buzzed again, then yet again. Alex realized with vague surprise that the machine was a telephone. He had never received any calls on the telephone in his suite. He did not even know that he had one. The elderly, humble machine had been sitting there among its fellow machines, much overshadowed.